Quickly moving to the headline reviews. Today looks like Saturday from the major newspaper headlines from Top Radio 90.9 FM. This is Stephen Victor. And we'll start with this day newspaper. It says FG receives $2.25 billion of the $3.3 billion Afrexim Bank's loan to boost FX liquidity. Thank God that Marcel is not here. That would have been fireworks.
He would have gone off the handle with that news.
That would have been fireworks because you are borrowing. It's a loan to cushion
It's like kicking the can down the road, kicking it down the road.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Then they have the full page is filled with photographs of lovely women. 24 of them. So 24 women to watch in 2024. Who do I know there that will be watching out?
Now that's more
We have
like
Remy.
a Saturday headline.
Yeah, more like that. We have Remy Tinumbu, uh, Manawa, Bala Usman, Uzoka, Anita, Omar, therefore, uh, Jadesimi, Joy, Rido, Okweke, um, Tiwa Savage, Ara Star, Bo Abdul, Austin Peters, Toyin Abraham, Nke Akindele, Oshoala, and so on and so forth.
Mm.
We'll see. We'll watch that. We'll see. I will wish them the best of 2024.
Isife
But
is not there.
I'm surprised.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
don't,
Part for
don't
them.
worry. She'll watch this once and then she'll come next. By the grace of God, Abby.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Okay. The Guardian says it's about plateau killing. It says how failure of intelligence fueled carnage. It's always the same. I mean, you have communities where bandits and undesirable elements write letters to them to pay ransom in lieu of attack, and then when they don't comply or they don't have enough to do so, they attack them and they get away with it time again and again. It's as if you don't have intelligence. I don't know.
Currently there's a debate going on between the governor of Plateau and the federal authorities, and they're trying to determine who should be responsible for safeguarding the lives and property of people in that state. But the first thing that comes to mind is that the chief security officer of the state is the governor. I mean, he has
Yeah.
funds, he has a link to all the security agencies. What is he doing? That's the question.
But our constitution is a little bit awkward. He is the CSO, but he has no power over the security agencies
No,
under his
that is not true. You see, I've listened to security analysts about this. Every state in the federation has a security council. On that council, you have a police commissioner, you have the local head of the army brigade, you have the head of the DSS. They have
Yes,
meetings regularly, and to
yes,
back it up, the governor has a security vote. Now, the security
yes.
vote is expected to be used to mobilize troops and get the necessary equipment they need in the event of an
I get
emergency.
I
So,
get that, Alex.
I mean,
But we have read many times governors folding their hands because the police commissioner said he had to wait for order from Abuja before he will do this or that. if it runs contrary to a standard order. For instance, this kind of things happening in Plateau, in Zamfara and other states, they are not normal security challenges. They are abnormal. They are crazy kind of thing happening. So you don't use normal security measures to counter it. You have to devise ingenious ways to counter this, and it might take issues where the governor or whatever the security apparatus they have on ground to devise some creative means that could be out of the normal scheme of things. And then the police commissioner comes up and says, "Sorry, this is not within our operational standard, and we have to seek permission from the IG or from the presidency." It has happened a number of times, right? But that does not excuse the governor from looking to Abuja for help in this situation. There should be no debate. Every hand should be on deck to quell this. It's getting pathetic. Wow. I'm getting on the boil again. I don't want to. I want to enter the new year calmly and peacefully. But this is terrible. Let's see what the Vanguard is saying. It's along the same line, though not as uh, not as tragic. But it says Nigeria 2024, some kind of prediction. Why will slide further into economic chaos?
Oh dear.
Scarcity to buy as failures hit us more. Reasons 2024 budget may not be implemented. It's not prophecy of doom, as Marcel will say. This is they're checking the indices on ground and saying 2024 is going to be harrowing. It's not. This is not the kind of news we want to hear now. 2 days to the new year.
To the new year. I mean, we don't want
I
to
mean that you're
enter the new year on a bleak note. Nobody
no,
wants that.
no,
But
oh
it's
man.
the reality
Well,
of the situation, I dare say. I mean, when you look at indicators on ground, the funny thing about indicators is government chooses the ones that favor them. They don't look at the ones that are real to the situation. So we have a serious problem on ground.
wow. Well, well, let's look at this other headline on Akintunde-Johnson's sad passage. It says, it's an insult to mourn him outside hometown. Kinsmen tell family. Some of the teachers say, as the writer says, warn against desecration of our culture, society. Say, Akintunde not born in Ibadan, not Oyo State governor. Tinubu governors VIP confused on where to visit family. I'll relocate on arrival of cops from Germany. That's probably the Southwest State to set up committee for burial. This this is getting a little bit mushy and all that.
Yeah,
They mean
Akeredolu
you cannot.
spent most of his time in Ibadan, so there are
Yeah, yeah.
controversies.
No, but what you're saying, he said, don't. They mean to say, don't bury him or don't mourn. You can mourn anyone anywhere. I can mourn from Lagos, mourn from US. Mourn is an act of out of uh, sympathy for another for his passage.
Well,
Except they mean
they're
the
citing
wife,
tradition. They're citing
except they mean the
tradition.
wife going into mourning period and being habitated in one place and all that. They probably mean that the wife, the mourning period should be in Owo or in those states and not Ibadan.
And
And
she's from Imo. She's even from Imo
I was
State,
going to say
and they
that.
spend most of their
So
time in Ibadan. Yeah.
yeah,
So
no, but
a lot of issues.
I mean, someone is. I mean, yeah, that's suffering the loss of a dear one after over 40 years of relationship. They shouldn't. They should find a way of making this thing less chaotic, less traumatic for those who are already bereaved.
You know, the bottom line. The bottom line with this issue is his wife Betsy has not had a favorable public image in the sight of people of Ondo State generally. So, you know, I think what is happening, unfortunately, is they're using the death of her husband to get back at her. That's what they're doing.
Mm. Well, they are your people. They are your people, Alex. Advise them. They should not add
Would
insult
they,
to it.
I'm a lone voice in the wilderness. Would they listen to me?
There's a lot of voice in the wilderness. Okay. One more. That's one sad piece of news that I saw here. It's about the Plateau State Christmas Eve massacre. One of the survivors, or two of the survivors, had a terrible tale to tell. A mother says, "We pretended to be dead, but as my son tried to crawl away, the Fulani attackers noticed he was not dead. They killed him." Another says, "While escaping with machete cuts, I didn't know my baby had fallen from my back." Wow,
Oh dear.
wow. We have to find a way of living together peacefully. We'll find a
That's
way.
putting a human face to the crisis.
The crisis, like of horrible, tor- torturous things happening to people.
These are
You give your
people, they're
child,
not just statistics, you know.
not goats, not chicken, not. Ooh. Okay. Saturday Punch. It's still about the plateau. IG lands in plateau as residents flee 25 threatened communities. Uh,
You know what I want to hear next? I want to hear that they tracked these people down and that they punished them. Oh, you know, all these condolence visits after the fact, it's annoying.
it's so dissipating. Writing letters and condoling with the family, and the same circle will happen and again and again. Do you know how many condolences we had during the Buhari regime? And here we are again. No respite. No respite. And this is
And you
going
know
to
what
go on.
Commodore has been telling us on the program? That, look,
Yeah.
all they need is the right equipment. They can track these people.
Oh, okay. Let's move on. Now, I'm sure we're still talking about this down the road in our chats. Let's look for something lighter. This story. I wish Bosun was around to explain further what this commissioner is saying here. On the front page of the Punch, it says, "Why rape cases are high in Ogun State." I would like to get uh, Bosun's buying into that kind of story. What's happening in the States? What's wrong with their libido? Um, let's see, what else do we have? Let's move quickly to Sun newspaper. It says Arewa. This is all. He's talking about the task before Tinubu. Arewa, Igbo, Yoruba, middle belt leaders table 2024 demands before the president. Manufacturers, business owners, others list steps federal government must take to rescue Nigeria. I hope the panacea will work. We need the rescue uh, blueprint in this. There are other stories about the Plateau massacre. I don't want to go into that. Let's end with a daily trust. Let's see what daily trust has. It says NACON, that's NAHCON, NACON in dilemma as low turnout threatens 2024 Hajj preparation. Says fare rises by 682% in 10 years. State seek extension of the December 31 payment deadline. Less than 25,000 prisons paid so far. Is synonym? I mean, it's symptomatic of of the situation on ground. A crisis everywhere.
The
Dry
signs of the
crunch.
time, yeah. Uh,
Time. You know,
People can
talking about
hardly
how you.
find food to eat. They don't have the money to feed. And I mean, a pilgrimage, although it's good for spiritual upliftment, but it's not a priority when you look at the scale of things in this kind of environment.
Hmm. Well, Daily Trust has one story about Naira devaluation. It is how neighboring countries, others, east on Nigeria's cheap grains. Hmm. The Niger merchants leave after rumored CFA redesign. Cottage industries in Mali come for pepper, palm, and tamarind. Soybean, maize in high demand in Ghana. Encourage irrigation to make farms rich, experts say. So our grains are still cheap. They're still
You know,
cheap.
something drastic has to be done about energy. I mean, if this government can stabilize electricity or at least make gas available to major industries, you have a change, you have a boost in the economy indirectly, and it will happen and it will trickle down. So they need to tackle these things from the roots.
Well, with that, we have come to the end of the newspaper headline reviews.